4 major ways your Social Security checks could be canceled. What if I told you that there's actually multiple ways that your Social Security checks could either be massively reduced, canceled permanently, or maybe even canceled temporarily? Well, it's a real thing, and we definitely do not want that to happen by any stretch to anybody out there receiving Social Security, as this could be financially detrimental to anybody if this were to ever happen. But unfortunately, it does happen to a lot of people each and every year for a whole variety of reasons, and that's what I want to discuss for you here in this video. In fact, I also do have this article right here, which I'm going to pop up in just a second so you can see and read for yourself exactly what they're talking about. And again, I'm going to pull out about 4, maybe more, of the different ways that your benefit checks could be potentially in jeopardy. Now, before we get into this, I just want to say I am not here to scare anybody, not at all. In fact, I'm here to help you understand some of the different parameters that are out there that could actually reduce our benefits or possibly temporarily or permanently cancel our benefit checks. And again, we want to get these things corrected immediately if they were to happen to us. And again, I'll explain all this for you. All right, so let's see. Pop this article up right here, right now. Feel free to read through the details on this, but let me pull out some of them. And again, that could disrupt the flow of our benefits. Number 1 is being added to the master dead file within Social Security. Yeah, this is actually a real thing, right? So if we were mistakenly marked as dead within the Social Security file, guess what they're going to do? They're going to halt our benefit checks immediately. Now, this doesn't happen all that often, but it could certainly happen, especially somebody that may have a little bit more of a common name. This individual could possibly be marked as, well, deceased, and therefore their benefit checks would then stop immediately. That'd be a nasty situation. So how do you reverse this? Well, you got to prove it, right? You got to go to a local field office and be like, look, here I am. You've made a mistake. You've made a major mistake. Please correct this immediately and get my benefits restored, okay? So that's one. Now, another one could be, and this changed last year in 2025. According to this article here, it says 100% clawbacks on overpayments. It's actually not 100%. So this number in this article here is actually wrong. It's not 100%. It's a 50% clawback on overpayments from Social Security, okay? Now, back in April of last year, 2025, this was a major issue. There was a lot of details coming in around this. They first changed it to 100%, and then they reduced it to 50%. So it's actually a 50% clawback on any overpayments from Social Security if it is not resolved, which, by the way, I made a video about this, but last year in maybe... when was it? August or so, I received an overpayment letter from Social Security. I have a video here on the channel talking about the receiving of that letter and what I did. It was not fun. So I got an overpayment letter last year from Social Security, and ultimately got that resolved within about a month or so. So that was a nasty situation. So yes, definitely experienced that. I don't want anybody to experience an overpayment letter situation. Not fun, okay? That's number 2. Now, number 3 is changing your direct deposit information. Now, a lot of times we might do this because we open a new bank account, or maybe we want our direct deposits from Social Security to go into a different account, like maybe a different checking account, maybe a different savings account, whatever it happens to be. And then what we do is we change our direct deposit information, and then we just go ahead and close the account. Don't do that. Don't do that yet, okay? Take a little bit of time. Do not close bank accounts that quickly. Reason being is it may take a couple pay cycles for that benefit to actually be transferred to the new account. And if you go in and you have your deposits going into a certain account, and all of a sudden you cancel that account, it's going to bounce back to Social Security, and then they're going to be like, well, we don't know where to send it now, right? So it may take a couple pay cycles to actually get your benefit deposited into the proper account after you possibly change your deposit account. So if you happen to go to Social Security, as in through your My Social Security account, or you go to a local field office or whatever you do to change your direct deposit information, and again, this doesn't happen all that often, but sometimes people do decide to change their account in which they want the money deposited into, or they change banks or whatever the situation is. If that happens to be your situation, leave the old account open for a few months to make sure that those new benefit checks are being deposited into your new account and there's no disruption, whatever it happens to be, because it's going to open up a whole other can of worms and a whole massive mess if you decide to, I'm just going to close my account really quickly, and then it hasn't transitioned to the new account yet, it's going to bounce back to Social Security. They're not going to know where to deposit that money, and you may have a lapse in benefits for a short amount of time. Okay, leave that account open and let them start depositing into your new account before you close the old account and move forward. Okay, that's another big one as well. And just want you to be aware. Now, here's another one that could reduce our benefit checks pretty substantially, which is when you transition into Medicare. Okay, so when you transition into Medicare, prior to being eligible for Medicare, what they do is they send you bills, right? They'll send you a bill in the mail. Here, pay this bill, right? And then as soon as you enroll in Medicare, or if you're already on Social Security and you automatically get transferred into Medicare at 65, then guess what happened? They start pulling your premium right out of your monthly benefit check. Well, meanwhile, you've got a bill you just paid, and meanwhile, they're double dipping in your monthly benefit check. Well, that's going to reduce your benefit, right? Remember, right now in 2026, the new Medicare Part B premium is $202.90, right? So that could be a double dip on their situation. So the way that you would have to do this is call Social Security and say, hey, you double dipped, right? Pay me that money back. Well, I mean, obviously handle a little bit nicer than that, but you get my point. You've got to call Social Security to actually get this resolved. So make sure to do that, okay? Now, another one, a bonus one, number 5, would be representative payee types of situations where that person may be taking your benefit. Now, again, I didn't really want to talk about this all that much simply because I feel like a representative payee, for the most part, is probably going to be real, authentic. They're probably not going to take money from somebody. But unfortunately, there's always bad actors in every situation. And there may be a rare instance out there where maybe a representative payee is helping themselves to your benefit or whatever it happens to be. Okay, in that situation, well, you got to take things into your own hands here and, maybe have a conversation with that individual and maybe change accounts in which your money's being deposited into, or get yourself a new representative payee that's not going to be helping themselves to some of your money, if that makes sense. And again, I know that's going to be a very rare instance, but nonetheless, it probably happens to some people sometimes. But this is kind of a situation that we need to talk about, unfortunately, sometimes, okay? Anyway, these are just some of the scenarios. This is not even all of them that are out there that could potentially reduce someone's benefit check, that could possibly cancel someone's benefit check temporarily or even permanently that I talked about here in this video, okay? So anyway, if you encounter one of these situations, these are some of the scenarios in which you would need to resolve that. But anyway, hope this helps you out. And again, in most instances, if you are experiencing a situation where your benefit check is being reduced, or something happens where you didn't get it, something comes up where something doesn't seem right, best case scenario would be, number 1, call Social Security, have a conversation with them and say, what's going on here? Or the other option could also be is log into your My Social Security account, check what it says there. It'll likely have a notice. Same thing that I had last year in 2025 when I got an overpayment letter. Logged into my Social Security account, and sure enough, there it is. A message right there on the main page. We've overpaid you by whatever the amount was, $6,400 or whatever it was. But I had that message on my Social Security account. So I got the letter in the mail. I was like, oh, this is weird. I'm not exactly very happy right now, right? I get that. And then I also logged into my Social Security account, looked there, and the message was also there as well, authenticating that the letter I got in the mail was actually legit and real. Because if I just got a letter and I logged in my Social Security account and I didn't see it there as well, I'd be like, this seems really, really suspicious. I'm definitely not going to pay that. But in that case, I did see it in my account, which unfortunately it was actually real. Okay, so wish it wouldn't have been real, but it was, and ended up getting that resolved. Anyway, hope this helps you better understand the situation here. Again, I will certainly keep you posted with any further details with everything going on right now. If you're new, please consider subscribing 100% for free. If you have not done so, please share the video, big share button down below, subscribe button down below. Otherwise, until next time, have a nice day. Hope this helps you out. Have a good one, and